that 2 point, what was your sort of resounding takeaway from that one?
Yeah, the rebounding's been a massive factor in both games so far, and it's a big turnaround for them to have the 22 offensive boards. We turned it over a lot more than we did the other night, and they punished us pretty hard for us in all of those moments, and combined that with the ability to get to the foul line and us continuing to get to 4-0 and the foul count in a number of quarters, and certainly that part had turned around a little bit as well. But credit to them, massive shot from Harvey. They won those moments tonight when there was loose balls to be got. They've come up with 8 team rebounds, and we didn't win those moments tonight.
I'm sure you trust Chris shooting almost any shot, but was that one of the looks that you were comfortable getting out there at the end?
Yeah, we didn't quite execute it the way that it was drawn up out of. Reece Cutter did a great job. Special situations tonight, and I thought, we didn't execute it the way that we wanted to execute it tonight.
What do you put some of those deficiencies, the rebounding and the turnovers, what do you put those down to, and do you have concerns about that foul count as well? Obviously, the 25-17 foul count is lopsided. Are you concerned about that too?
Yeah, it felt a little bit different to what we'd seen in the other game. For a team that we showed unbelievable foul discipline and had 4 fouls for the whole second half up in Wollongong, and to see what we got on our home floor, I just felt that was certainly different. So we'll put our own questions to the referees about why that was so different tonight. But maybe they put their head down and drove and created more contact tonight than they did the other night. But we'll assess that one. It comes down to those 2 areas that you talked about, though. We weren't good enough rebounding and taking care of the basketball.
At this point, do you have an update on what happened to Shea and what's next in the series for him?
Yeah, there was a head knock, passed his concussion test. With obviously the history, we didn't feel like it was the right thing to put him back out there tonight. And then, moving forward, we'll assess him again tomorrow and see how he's doing, and hope he's okay.
So him passing a concussion test, do you have a high level of confidence that, given the amount of days between game 2 and 3, that he will be available?
Yeah, I can't tell you yes or no right now. It was obviously a positive step for him to pass that test.
The last play that you drew up, you said it wasn't quite what you had hoped to get. Were you guys always looking for a 3 there to try and win it, rather than 2 to potentially go to overtime?
No, it's a play that it has a 2-point component to it and a 3-point component to it, and we just didn't execute it as well as we should have tonight.
Where do you guys think you kind of fell short in terms of that deficit that sprung up, especially towards the end of that third quarter? Where were things kind of breaking down for you that you weren't really happy with?
Foul trouble was a concern all night, and as we continued to move people around, through that period, I just look at it and say, there was some sloppy turnovers, like where we could have created baskets and gone the other way, and we didn't win those loose balls, and it turned into something successful for them tonight. So I don't think I thought our coverage was pretty good in how we guarded the on-ball. I thought we did a good job with Cal in the second half. Harvey was more aggressive. They obviously played a lot of different people tonight, different lineups. So I'm not. There's not a one thing other than just did we win the big moments, and we didn't tonight.
One massive positive was bench production, and the guy sitting next to you was huge. Again, as he's been a lot of late. How much confidence does that give you to keep you in games like he was able to do tonight?
Yeah, we needed extra minutes from different people tonight. Flynn came in and had a little production, which is great. Tanner's been awesome, and I'll challenge myself about the last 2 or 3 minutes of the game and just how productive he was tonight, and he was absolutely ready to go for those moments as well. And so I thought he was brilliant and probably deserved to be out there at the end.
Tanner, speak to me about your mentality lately, because I feel like you're reading games a lot better, and you're finding ways to get yourself going. Part of your role on this team is to back up CG and keep the scoreboard ticking over. You did a fantastic job tonight, but of late you've been doing that really well.
Yeah, I mean, those guys, CG and IC, they draw a lot of attention, and rightfully so. And I think now, kind of playing off them a little bit and finding my spots to be aggressive and get good looks. Credit to them, super unselfish players who are willing to get off the ball. And yeah, it showed tonight. Like, I was able to get to the right spots and make plays.
I mean, I know you've always been a pretty confident player, but are you like as confident as you've ever been in your career right now in terms of your role on this team? But as you said, where those spots are for you to find success or find looks or be able to create for teammates as you did tonight too?
Yeah, I think so. I think like the accumulation of work that I've kind of put in from the off season, building up this year, working with the coaches, and them telling me what they need from me for us to go out and win a championship, it's kind of all started to come together a little bit at the right time. So, yeah, I think there's definitely some confidence there, and yeah, hopefully it could carry over into the next few games.
Dean, what do you do to try and slow down Sam Folling as you move to game 3? He's obviously been really consistent in the first 2 games, a big part, and you guys, your bigs have struggled to kind of contain him at times.
Yeah, and again, he has a good game, but he's -10 in his minutes as well, and there's something we've got some different coverages if we feel like we need to give him more, but right now, I think guarding the perimeter and trusting our guys to make his shots as difficult as possible, and the probably you take away the 4-0 boards, tonight, and if we can do a better job of that and keep making him, shoot over us right now rather than get all the way to the rim, they're the things that we're looking for.
Dean?
Jack White only managed 11 minutes tonight, got in a little bit of foul trouble, but he also didn't put up a shot. Is that a bit of a concern for you?
Yeah, so I got him at 18 minutes, but yeah, shooting. Him not. We need him to be more aggressive than that. To not shoot a shot tonight. So yeah, we'll put some positive messages to him and tell him to continue to be aggressive. And down the stretch, I thought he rebounded well, and that was the part of him that can really help us as well. And hopefully his rebounding can ignite some pace for us, and the confidence for him to go ahead and be super aggressive. We need him, and we saw that in the Perth game after game 2. We needed him, and he turned up for that game 3. So yeah, I'm confident that he'll be super aggressive.
Dean, what did you make of that 2 big lineup? I don't think we've ever seen that this season. What did you make of it, and sort of what are the challenges going up against that?
Yeah, Albrick and Folling together. Again, we were dealing with our own pieces of foul trouble through that period where Whitey had fouls, and we'll continue to look at it to say, yep, I think we put Daly on Albrick for a little bit as well, and so if we want to play Tanner at the 4 and continue to look at, does Tanner guard him, does Daly guard him, if we want to go with different lineups. Obviously we match up fairly well with Whitey or KB if we want to, so just depending on what we need at the other end a little bit, I think.
There was more volume from Tyler and Trey tonight, not necessarily the efficiency, but are you happy with the coverage on them tonight?
Yeah, I thought we were a little bit off in the first half. I thought they got free a little bit more, and so did we quite get our levels right? Did we quite get our tags right off the basketball? Where are we making them pass the basketball to? Is it something at the rim or is it away from the rim? And so we'll continue to look at at all those things. But yeah, I thought we were a little bit off in the first half.
Dean, Tyler doesn't make the shot at the end. You guys win, and we're having a different conversation. How just the aggressive effort from a lot of your senior players as well, Chris, Daly, they're literally putting their bodies on the line, like sliding down the court or off the court. Just how important is that to have?
Yeah, Daly's play there, you could just see. I knew he kind of talked to me. He's like, well, we still got these 3 timeouts. I might need one soon. And it was probably only 2 plays after that he's chasing that one down, and he gave everything he could, sliding, swimming, however it was along the ground to try and get that ball. But yeah, all those senior guys, IC, CG, they all made big shots, and Marcus made big plays as well. So I thought they were outstanding. I see ices those 3 free throws, and they made a hell of a play at the other end. But we're going to need more from those guys, going forward.
Did Shea's concussion test come as a result of the collision with Will, or did he have some other symptoms after that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it came on that collision right there, and so that was it for that one, and passed his test, and we'll see how he goes from there.
Can you just talk of Ian Clark's game too today? I mean, his form's been incredible, hasn't it?
Yeah, been absolutely incredible. I love the way he's just taken the game on. With Shea not playing the second half, his job at both ends, we're asking him to guard Harvey and chase him around and do the best job he can. And what we saw with him guarding Bryce as well, that the relief minutes, we've got to make sure that maybe we don't leave him on there too long on Harvey and make sure we keep moving people. I thought Tanner had some moments on Harvey as well. We just got to keep looking at that matchup. But I thought our crowd was amazing tonight. The fourth quarter and just hearing that chant, and disappointed that we couldn't get that one for them.
What were your thoughts on that play that resulted in an unsportsmanlike foul, and then the one on Flynn that was also unsportsmanlike? Did you get an explanation for those two?
No, I didn't get an explanation, but I didn't like either of them.
Dean, how do you try to limit Trey Kell from getting to his spots? Like he did in the first half when he finished with 18 points and was plus 14 from the field.
Yeah, I thought Delhi, do a good job on him all night. He's 5 of 17. He doesn't shoot it at an efficient rate. Obviously we knew he was going to be more aggressive tonight. So I thought we did a pretty solid job.
Jess mentioned it before. I mean, Delhi, we've seen him do it in the NBA and NBA finals in big game situations. You just sit back in amazement at, I guess, his mentality and mindset and what he kind of does in those situations. Yeah,
Delhi's great, and I thought his leadership down the stretch and the kind of shots that we want to get, really helps us. He's a coach on the floor, and he's getting people organised and creating great opportunities for others.
Dino, just wanted to get your opinion on the two unsportsmanlikes. I think the one on Shea on Will, and then the later one that was, who was the other unsportsmanlike? Someone help me out.
Flynn.
Just interested in
I haven't watched both of them back, so I'll have a better. In the moment, I thought there was more of a trip than anything, but I'm sure by the letter of the law, just like the breaking the free throw, giving them an extra shot there, they're all probably by the letter of the law about how it's written, but didn't like any of them.